We have made it, everyone. It is the last day of January. The longest, dreariest month of the year is over. February is pretty dreary too, but it's shorter and it's lighter in the evening, so we can get through it. We can do it together.
You're listening to the Wellness Simplified podcast. Simple wellness tips to help you improve your life without turning it upside down. With your host, award-winning fitness instructor, nutrition coach, and wellness expert, Suzi Fevens.
Yes, welcome to the end of January. It is always a welcome relief to have made it through that first month of the year. However, as I've been telling people all week, statistically speaking, I find we have more bad weather in February than we do in January because I usually end up having to cancel more classes in February versus January. However, it is lighter out. And it is a short month, although it's a little bit longer this year because we have a leap year, but that doesn't mean that it has to be a bad month. So while January is now behind us, all but, we have February ahead, and most people, this is when they start to get those February blahs. They start to really kind of feel down, and it's understandable, especially when we live in an area where we have winter, and if you're not someone who's really into winter sports or winter activities, being snowed in all the time or being iced in or just not being able to go and do things that you want to do, it's not a whole lot of fun. You're cold and it's dark and you just feel crummy. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about things we can do in winter and in the month of February specifically to make us feel a little bit cheerier about things in general. Now, if you're somebody who goes away in the winter or in the very early spring, say March or April, you already have something to look forward to because you can be counting down the days until you are on a beach or traveling wherever it is that you're going so that you have something that you're looking forward to. But that is not everybody's truth. Not everybody has the opportunity to travel every year or at all, and they still need some help getting through these winter months. So I like to find some things to look forward to that don't have to necessarily be expensive or time consuming or things that need to require a whole lot of planning, but will help get you through those dreary months. Sometimes that looks like a movie that you're looking forward to coming out in the theaters or coming to Netflix or whatever streaming service you prefer. Maybe that looks like a new book release. Maybe it looks like a coffee date with a friend or just going out for a walk with a friend. But we need to find those little pockets of happiness that we can look forward to when we are finding the winter months a little bit hard and challenging to get through. Now, this weekend is going to be the first weekend since December that I have had fully off. I'm not teaching my Saturday morning classes for the month of February, and I will still have to do a little bit of work when I get up Saturday morning, about an hour's worth of nutrition reviews. But once that's done, I can just do whatever I want, and I am really looking forward to it. I have a couple projects around the house that I've been working on that I'm really looking forward to finishing, not because they're super fun, but because they are super satisfying to have completed. And that is basically my plan for the weekend, is that I've got a pile of library books. I have some things on TV that I want to watch, and I am just going to chill out. And I know that's not going to be everybody's idea of fun, but when you're somebody who is always on the road and is always going and teaching classes in fitness, having a couple low-key days really is needed. So those are a couple of the things that are on my looking forward to list. And I also just keep a little list of things in my brain that I can do on any given day that's going to cheer me up, is going to make me feel better. Since I got my Nespresso machine after Christmas, I looked forward every single day to making myself a nice coffee or latte using my Nespresso, and the amount of joy that has given me it's a little bit embarrassing, honestly, but it really, really gives me so much joy. Having a bath in the evening after I've taught all my classes and done all my work, just some little things that you can do that really make your day feel a little bit better, a little bit nicer, even when you're having a less than amazing day. But you know what? Being stormed in can be kind of great after you get over the fact that you have to cancel your plans and you can't do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Being all nice and cozy inside where it's warm when it is blustery and yucky outside is pretty nice. Now, if you're somebody who has to go out and all that, it's not going to be nearly as nice, But, you have to take the good with the bad. On that same note, my friend Lori posted this on Instagram a few weeks ago, and a lot of us really loved it so much, and it was shared in a whole bunch of stories. And the quote was, "If you choose not to find joy in the snow, you'll have less joy in your life, but still the same amount of snow." So, yeah, I get it. I mean, when snow is bad or when the weather is bad, I have to cancel classes that directly impacts my income pretty substantially and pretty quickly if that snow or weather situation lasts a number of days. So I get not enjoying when the weather is bad. But if you can't stop and look and see how pretty it is and see all the opportunities that it gives you to A, slow down, B, go out and have some fun in the snow, then you're still going to have the same amount of snow, but you're going to spend a whole lot more time upset about it. So I thought that was a really great quote that I wanted to share with you on this episode because it kind of tied in. Now, back to finding things that make you happy. I have talked about this a number of times in a number of places, but if you have not heard this spiel before, what I want you to do is sit down and come up with a list of 3 to 5 items that you can do any day practically that is going to make you feel better, that is going to give your day a little bit of an uplift. A really great cup of coffee or tea, maybe playing a game that you really enjoy on your phone or a gaming system, or reading a book, finding time to maybe do some coloring, I don't know, have a little snuggle with a cute kitty or puppy if you have one of those items at home. Just a couple simple things that you can use as a go-to, something that's self-soothing, something that helps to really just make you feel calm and content. You know that feeling of a nice warm hug, how sometimes people will say that a nice warm cup of hot cocoa is like a warm hug. I want you to find those warm hug items. And one of them could be a warm hug. They could literally be a warm hug. But I want you to find those things and keep a list. And in February, when it's dark and dreary and snowy and icy, I want you to fall back on that list and find a way to increase your happiness level. And then once you've done that, I want you to take it a step further, and I want you to come up with 2 or 3 things that are coming up in your life in the next few months that you're excited about. It could be a specific class, like if you were coming to my winter wine and yoga class at Planters Ridge on February 28th. Tickets are selling out. Get yours soon. It can be a movie, a visit. Maybe you're going to visit family or a friend or a big trip. Whatever it is, maybe it's as simple as going to your favorite store and picking out an item for yourself, or just window shopping if you don't have the budget for buying anything right now. But come up with 2 or 3 things, plot those things on your calendar, and get excited for them. We need things to look forward to in life. And once you've done that, I would be so tickled pink if you shared with me your list. You can do that on Facebook, on my Facebook page, facebook.com/confessions of a fitness instructor. You can do it in my Mindful Living Facebook group if you're a member of that. You can do it on Instagram and just tag me at Suzi Confesses. I want to see your lists, and I want us all to inspire one another to find new pockets of happiness to get us through what's left of winter 2020. So that is it for today. Go do your homework, share it with me. I will be waiting to see your list. That is it for today's episode of the Wellness Simplified podcast. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. It truly means so much to me. If you haven't already hit subscribe, I would love it if you could do that, and then you'll have all new episodes delivered right to your device bright and early on publishing day. You can connect with me online on Instagram is the best at Suzi Confesses, or you can find me on my blog, confessionsofaFitnessInstructor.com. The podcast and show notes can be found at wellnesssimplifiedpodcast.com. And on Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/confessionsofaFitnessInstructor. It's long, but it's easy to remember. I truly love to hear from each and every one of you, especially if you particularly liked or disliked an episode, so that I know, because otherwise, if you don't tell me, I'm never going to know. So please feel free to contact me anytime to say, hey, I loved that episode, or hey, I hated that episode, or whatever floats your boat. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will chat with you next week.